Well, today the Madison County Commission voted unanimously to seek the state's permission to get rid of a familiar Confederate statue outside Madison County Courthouse. Kenesha Dees was there, and she has reaction from community.
This Confederate monument behind me here represents 115 years. Some people say it represents a dark past of American history. Others say it's symbolic of the service to this country.
I think it's about really destroying the racist legacy that we have here all across America. The point is not to erase history. You know, the point is just to move it out of, move it out of view.
Shortly before the county commission meeting, DEIDRE, DARBY, and other demonstrators stood outside the Madison County Courthouse steps in hopes to have the monument removed.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries.
All 6 Madison County commissioners voted unanimously on the resolution to seek authority from the state to remove the statue. Lawmakers passed the Alabama Memorial Preservation Act of 2017. That means this monument, more than 40 years old, cannot be removed or relocated without permission. Some residents believe it should stay.
Because these people had a significant role in our history, the development of our history.
Chairman Dale Strong says this debate to remove the monument has been on the table for a long time.
With the differing of opinions, this commission kept the dialogue going, kept communicating, and brought in differing of opinions from different parts of this county.
District 6 Commissioner JESHENRY Malone introduced the resolution and says the goal is to have the monument removed lawfully.
The next steps are once the body meets in Montgomery and renders us a decision, we go from there. But regardless of what their decision is, the decision of the commission has been made perfectly clear today.
And commissioners say there isn't a timeline just yet for the application process, but we will continue to keep you updated. Putting the Valley first, Kenesha Dees, WZDX News.